Welcome back, friends, followers, and transients, to another episode of Banished with me, Vapor. Okie dokie. So, trees. We were planting trees, I remember, and I think we were going to place the crypt over here. I hope everyone's well. I thought I'd ask. I never really ask how anyone is, and I thought it's a little bit rude, really. But I hope everyone is well and everyone is having a good week so far. We're only on Tuesday, but hey ho, my week starts on a Sunday because of that's how my work is. So I kind of I'm like a day ahead of most people. So yeah. Anyway, we're gonna put the crypts over here. I think it might have been Casra said that usually it's a shame there's not some different variants, but usually they're kind of off to one side on their own. Maybe I should leave a gap between them. I think I should. And also weeping willow trees were suggested, which I think is quite a good idea too. I think the only thing that bugs me about this game is the lights, because where are they? I don't want them here. I want them literally on the edge, and it's really frustrating. I mean, don't get me wrong, like in general, lights, I mean, there's kind of two different positions they could be in the UK. They can be in the middle sometimes. Sometimes they can be on the very edge. In fact, that's three positions. And sometimes they can be here. But it just... yeah, the people are going to walk straight through them. So I'm not sure I'm going to put them in. Pretty much for that reason alone. But I don't know. We'll see. What speed are we running at? Times 2. Let's up that a little bit. I think what we're in now, we're in early summer, so let's just continue with this and try and stick to finishing something off before we move on, which I think is a relative good idea. There's going to be no time lapse in this episode, by the way. We are just going to go for it and see what we can get done. And hopefully, if there's ooh, interesting. Is there not a ghost version of these? What's a dirt tight? Okay, nope. Oh, is there? Aha, they may well be. There is. Yep, perfect. Oh, sausages. We didn't mean to put that there like that, did we? Ah, instant removal. It's a godsend. I think we'll stop about here. On the, actually, no, we could probably get quite close to the... what are they? Are they a priest or a reverend or whatever? There's so many different things. I'm not a religious person, so I get a little bit confused about all that stuff. And by the way, before anyone gets offended by that, religion and politics is probably two things we shouldn't talk about. It's not that I don't believe in God. I just haven't chosen a religion. So there you go. It's as simple as that. I believe I'm called agnostic. So who knows? In time, maybe I'll find my way. But yeah. So yeah, as for these sorts of things, I do get a little bit confused because I don't know the ins and outs of all these things. Although if anyone's wondering, I'm technically Christian. I was christened, so. But yeah, you don't really have much choice in that. That's something your parents drop on you, isn't it? Really. So anyway, no more religious talk. So yeah, I think I'm going to stick to the same trees all the way around, just because even though the trees around here are different, and I do like a little bit of variety, I just think when something is planned in like this, it sometimes works better to follow a bit of a pattern. So that's what I'm going to do. And you may be able to tell with my voice that I'm not sick. I've been talking about this maybe for a week or so now, that I could feel it coming, and I feel like, I mean, it's getting colder outside, so that's probably not helping, but I feel like it's slowly but surely taking a grip on me, and I keep saying, I'll take medication, and I did for a day, which isn't going to help, but I need to kind of talk to myself, like have a little pep talk and sort my life out, and just be like, you need to take medication before it gets too bad. You'll regret it when it gets too bad, because you'll feel like hell, you'll look like hell, and you probably ain't going to be able to make videos, so everyone is going to think you're hell. Yeah, it's not good, is it? It is not good at all. Oh, for those of you, obviously, I've been streaming on Twitch quite a bit, and I've been playing Subnautica. For those of you that obviously don't watch for whatever reason, whether you don't like streaming or you don't like Twitch or whatever it is, whoops, we put that in the wrong place. I'm going to use this word loosely, but we completed Subnautica the other day. And by completed, I mean we got to the end of the current content. For those of you that have watched it on my channel in the past, I mean, it's been a while since I last actually had it on the channel, but they've added so much, like the story and everything. It's so brilliant. I really can't wait for kind of the final pieces of the puzzle, to be honest, because it's just an absolutely epic game, and I highly recommend it to anyone. In fact, I believe they're going to put the price up before they release it, so maybe pick it up before it becomes too expensive. But it is such a good game. I mean, in fact, probably one of my more favourite games of recent times. I think still Firewatch for me was a good game. Okay, the storyline was a little bit kind of cliche, and it depends if you like really deep stories, then I guess you probably wouldn't like the game. But I don't know, I like the quirkiness and between the characters in the game, and the art style was quite good, and I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. It was just kind of a simple game, but yeah, it was really good. And there's not many games around that kind of get you like that anymore. At least I don't think so. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Banished, but not in that sense. Where are we going here? But the next thing I'm looking at streaming, and this is why I was mentioning it, is I'm thinking about. That doesn't look right. I'm thinking about doing Planet Coaster. Now, that did hit the channel for all of about 3 episodes back when it first came out. They've obviously added a lot to it and changed it. So, if you're interested in that game, then it may well be worth keeping an eye out for the notifications of when I'm going to stream. And I know some of you are going to say, well, can't you just record it and upload it to YouTube? Yes, I could. But the problem with that, it's a lot of effort. That makes me sound lazy, I know, but in fact there's more than one reason. So one, it is quite a lot of effort. So if I stream for 3-4 hours, that's a lot of footage for me to kind of go through. So yeah, you could say, well, why not just chop it after an hour, find a decent point within that hour to chop it so it doesn't look strange, slap your intro and outro on it and upload it like that. Yeah, I guess I could do that, but part of me is just like, well, is the quality going to be there if I do that? And by quality, I mean, there is like certain points when I'm streaming where I'm literally I'm not really playing a game, and I end up just having a conversation with the people that are watching. So even though you'd be able to potentially see the chat in the video, because I record that too, I just don't know. I don't know if it would work. So, I mean, and yeah, so there is that. What else was I thinking? Oh yeah, I don't like the idea of YouTube holding all the cards when it comes to my future in this kind of, do I call it an industry? I suppose it is, maybe, I don't know, career? Not quite. But yeah, they kind of literally do have me backed in a corner. So when they decide to demonetize my videos because they're not, in quotes, advertiser friendly, and they did that to one of my Banished videos the other day. Which one was it? I think it was the one when I put the lighthouse in, and I have no clue why they did it, because there's nothing inappropriate that I could see or figure out. And they left it demonetized for 3 days, and then they decided actually it was fine. But by then, like, you know, everyone pretty much, there's still people viewing it, but like the bulk of people have been and gone. So it's really disheartening, and I don't necessarily do this for the money, but the money is nice. But it's just when you put your time and effort into something, and that happens, it really does put you off. And obviously, Twitch doesn't do that. So not that really I make like money off it, although you can subscribe to me on there, and that does give me a portion of earnings, which is nice. But yeah, I don't know. You're kind of free to do what you want a little bit more. I need to put some markets in. I'm just coming back to the game. Let's do that. Just whack that up a little bit. So yeah, there's many reasons behind why when I stream I don't put it on YouTube as well. So, although I believe I can stream to both simultaneously, so you know, maybe I'll have a go at that. It sounds complicated, but I'm guessing it's not as complicated as I'm probably thinking. Potentially I should have put that fence around there. I don't know. As you can tell, I'm in a fairly talkative mood. I've been doing a lot of thinking. That's why. I mean, I'd like to make more of YouTube than I currently do. I'd like to go part-time in my job and be partly funded by this, so I could spend more time doing it. Because I really enjoy it. It is a lot of work. I mean, don't get me wrong, some days it's really simple. I can push record, do an episode, put it into Premiere Pro, and I've got my Premiere Pro pretty much set up quite well, so I can get an episode out fairly quick. But when I start tinkering with stuff, and like doing the time lapse in the episode yesterday, that adds so much time to it. When you've got to do different music and cut bits out here and add this, that and the other. God help me once I get to the point where I learn how to do all these strange effects, because that's probably going to add so much time. Right, anyway. Have I bored you all to death yet? I probably have. We need ghost trees. And... wow. I just realised we're only 11 minutes in and I've really talked. I do apologise. Oh, fiddlesticks. I've done it wrong. This is what happens when you talk. These should be ghost ones. Are they? Yeah. Oh. Darn it. At least it doesn't take much to fix the problem. He says. Are these ones? Maybe these ones are not. How did we do this? Aha. So I did the right thing here. 1, 2, and then that. 1, 2, another tree. 1, 2, this. I've really spaced that out really well. I'm actually surprised. Quite impressed with myself. 1, 2, here. 1, 2, the other tree. 1, 2, this tree. Okay, so to a degree, I've actually put it in right, which is not too bad, is it? Go, and you in the middle. Oh, I think I might have messed it up here a little bit. Yeah. Maybe. So 1, 2 here, 1, 2. Okay, no, it works. I guess I kind of wanted a tree in the corner and not a bush. I can't say bush without laughing now. I don't know why. If you've been over to my Patreon page, you'll understand why I laugh so much at bush. There is a reason, apart from the fact that I have a dirty mind. Okay, they are removing all that soil. That's perfect. What did we go for? We went for the purpley coloured plant. I think it's one of these down this end. That's the one. So I'll do a little bit of rotating here and there just to shake things up, and then don't do it as I say it because I like to contradict myself. There's nothing more relaxing, to be honest, than doing this. It can be, don't get me wrong, it can really stress me out at times, but I've had quite... the day wasn't too bad. In fact, the time flew by, but you know, sometimes it's just a nice way to unwind. It's just to plant some bushes and some trees and just have a good chat. You know. So we'll go with here and here and here and here. I don't know why I didn't put these in the first place. It would have made it easier for me to suss out where I've got to put the bigger trees. Did I thought these were ghost ones. Why didn't... so we can't have it up here. It's not the path that's the problem, it's this building. Okay. That's fine. If the game wants to be that way, that's not a problem. Two can play that game. Well, not really. The game is going to win, isn't it? Because it decides where I can stick my things. Perfect. So I guess we're going to have to cut this off here. Not the video, don't panic. I'm not going just yet. Okay, it's going to have to go on the... Oh man, I've got to remove all this stuff now. Damn it. Not having a good day. In fact, I'm not gonna do it all now because that's just a tad annoying. We'll just remove some of it. And we'll come back and tidy that up later on. We need the key piece, which is in here. It's in here and it's there. Perfect. And we need the soil. And in this case, we're going to need the ghost one, which is you. I think I slightly misclicked on that, didn't I? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I'm not sure. I think I did, though. Wrong one. Bing. Oh, no, not there. Come on. Sort your fingers out. Perfect. I think that looks quite nice. A little bit disappointed I couldn't do it here, but I guess it's kind of, from an aesthetic point of view, it's probably a good thing, because if I put trees along here, I would block this lovely stained glass window. So maybe I can put some ghost bushes just along here. Ah, maybe I could. Let's have a look before I remove all these bits. What would we go for? Maybe these. Just something. Maybe that one and... Where is it? Yeah. I think we're going to alternate. And let's rotate some bush too. Although in this case, I don't know. Actually, no, I want them looking the same direction. Usually I would rotate them, but I think in this instance we won't. Is that the... no. The season is changing, so all the bush colours are looking slightly washed out. Can we... I suppose we can now, yeah. Perfect, we found a solution. Although it means I need to put all those key wall bits back in, and I probably can't actually see what I'm doing because of all the bush. So much bush. I wonder how many times I've said bush in this episode. Quite a few times. Slightly obsessed with bush, clearly. I think it's all the way along. Oh, there's a little bit here, I think. Is it? Yep. I think we might have got it now. And then we can switch back to what was the last tree. I might continue the pattern and actually do another one of those. Oh, it's got no leaves left. 1, 2, and then we follow with you. And we had, it's the lavender bush, isn't it? Perfecto. Oh, it looks so horrible now. What do we put here? Do we just put some nice grass? I think we will. Let's use the roads initially. Well, it's already verdant now. Do we go with an actual grass road? It's a little bit darker, and I think it just looks a little bit nicer. Gives it a little bit more depth. I wish there was caskets or coffins or whatever you want to call them in this game, because it'd be nice to have one on the back of a cart. It sounds slightly sick, doesn't it? But I mean, it'd just be a good piece to have. I don't know if... Yeah, we might put a fence around this this house. I don't know. I'll have a look in a second. Could give him a little garden here, in fact. Something to think about. Oh, are these ghosts? Oh, they are ghost objects. Perfect. Which means we can do that. Still feel like it needs something to kind of block it off. Do we go with... It has to be a ghost object now. Do we go with some of these? Or do we just go with the plain green ones? I think we might, you know. I think it might work. How are we gonna... This could be an interesting little bit of work here. Because this is gonna have to kind of come this way. That's gonna have to be something like that. Let's see. Oh, statues. That reminds me, the weeping angels. That could be a good spot for one. And then... Where's my right angle? It's there. This is actually taking a little bit longer than I anticipated. I thought the church would be a quick process, but it's not looking that way right now. Not that I have a problem with that. I've just realised something. Where's the tight edge? Will that do the job? Or will it look? It goes through a little bit too far. How does that look from this side? Yeah, that's not gonna work for me. I can't do that. Okay. I think logically about this. Let's do something like that. Try my best to make this look at least half the part. I wonder if we do that, you're gonna have to forgive this little bit of a crack here. Just come down so we can see the stained glass window, I think. I mean, I could... No, we're not going to mess with it. Where's the one? Do we do that to there, or do we just ignore? Because I could have put... We clearly can't come across the back of those because of the way I've done it. Interesting. I think I've just had an idea. Okay, you can go. We don't have like a private path to the priest's home, do we? So realistically, that shouldn't be there. Where's my road tool? I'm putting a lot of thought into this. Come across there. Okay. And then you... What about if we do that and then use this tight angled piece? And it just... Oh, it comes through the other side. How annoying is that? Although if we do it kind of... It's a little bit cheaty. We do it like that. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going into the building. It could just be going up to the building. I think that works for me. Although I still kind of feel like... Oh no, that works. Where's the corner piece? Corner piece. That does actually work. But I think we'll go with that, like that. We only need the one arch. And then if we're slightly sneaky... I don't know if we want that door. I don't know if that one works for us. What else have we got? Where's the white picket fence? I think we could get away with that like that. And then, are we in the ghost objects? We are. Do something like that. Yeah, that works for me. Okay, statues. Are these the ghost ones? Nope. Is there more in the other one? Oh, there is. Okay. But these won't go down on general land. What we got here? I always get its face missing. It's not very nice. It's a bit creepy. Okay. So we've got bronze statues. I thought there was more statues in this, if I'm honest. Never mind. Doesn't really matter. Oh, maybe it's stuff you need from what's the word I'm looking for? From when you've oh, get your words out, Vapor. What am I thinking? Oh, when you got the statue carvers. I think maybe you get something slightly different there. That's not looking too shabby. I think I quite like that. And we cover this up. Perfect. I think that doesn't look too bad. I don't know if... Should I put a fence around the graveyard? I'm not sure. What do you reckon? I mean, I could use the tile tool. I've missed a bit of road there by the looks of it. And have it exactly the same colour. Should I put the trim piece around it? Like this? I don't know. What's your opinion on it? Do I leave? I mean, I could leave it as is as well. There is that. Hey, it's looking quite good. I think maybe sneaking through the side there, I could put the white fence across here and give him like some vegetables and stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'll just some kind of little garden. I wanted to put something in these two, but I mean, originally I was thinking of it being what's the word, for statues, but now it's just like his way of walking through, or her way even. I don't know quite what we would put in here. I could put trees, I suppose. That could work. Switch to ghost. And trees. Oh, that's quite pretty, isn't it? I think that works. That works for me. Yeah, I like that. It just adds a splash of colour. I mean, you've got these beautiful windows, but I think, yeah, that really helps. I'm quite happy with that. So, I mean, with the exception of these, I don't know if we should leave them that way or not. I'm tempted to put a few bits and pieces in there, but other than that, I think that's about done. So, what I'm thinking next is if we come across here, I'm going to have to run the train track through. Still not sure how we're going to get it down here. I'm tempted to kind of run it diagonally along the coast. I think that might make it look slightly interesting, especially on top of the quay wall. But we might put in here either a market area, or some of the town hall and stuff like that. But I do want a market in this area as well, and then we'll do houses and some other markets and stuff, which I've already mentioned. But and then we got to do something here. Not too sure what yet. Could do a charcoal burner and have it as a crematorium. I don't know. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. But until next time, as always, take care.